This is Tom Dillon, the Lifetime Liberal, and today is Saturday, February 9th, 2019. The title of this rant is The President and the National Inquirer, Sleaze Personified. It also goes under the heading, you can't make this shit up. So the National Enquirer and their parent company and their owner or head guy, David Pecker, did something called catch and kill during the 2016 election. They gave former Playboy playmate Susan McDougal $150K. She had had about an 8-month relationship with the dotard around 2006, right after Barron was born, for about 6 months or so. Gave her $150K, say they were going to publish an article on him and her, and they did catch and kill. They gave her the money, they didn't publish the article. After the election, after Michael Cohen's office was raided, the Southern District of New York entered an agreement with the National Enquirer and Pecker, giving them immunity, but you need to tell us everything. And oh, by the way, you cannot commit any more crimes, any crimes whatsoever, for the next 3 years. Now, the Inquirer and his parent company are very, very sleazy, and they do a lot of shit to try and do that, to try and ridicule people. And Pecker and the president have been friends for a long time, and there's a lot of suspicion that he has a lot of bad shit about the president that he's kept under wraps. Now, so that went on. And about 3 weeks ago, the National Enquirer and let it be known that Jeff Bezos, the richest man in the world, the owner of Amazon and the owner of the Washington Post, was having an affair. About 2 days later, Bezos and his wife were going to get divorced, but Bezos was pissed. He had a very thorough security check done as to how this information had gotten out. And in the meantime, the Inquirer had sent him something which pretty much amounted to either blackmail, extortion, or both. And instead of playing into it, he exposed the whole thing. Now, why is all of this happening? So number one, the Inquirer and his parent company and Pecker could lose all of their immunity, and they can go back after them for everything, including any new shit that they might find. And number two, the Inquirer is trying to say, oh, we were going to publish pictures of this guy, he's well known and stuff. But the thing is, Bezos is just an ugly white guy. He's not very well known. There was no reason why they needed to do this, because it wouldn't have helped their sales. But at the same time, right now, Inquirer has a lot of money problems. They put out a thick glossy about 2 years ago on Saudi Arabia with no ads on all of their newsstands, kind of saying, hey, we'll play nice with you if you play nice with us. And it looks like they may be looking for long-term funding because they have some very bad financial issues. So the question is, are they doing this for the Saudis? And there was also brought up that whoever had taken this stuff from Bezos may have been, a country or a country's security area. And the thought is that that's Saudi Arabia, and that or maybe Russia or some other nasty player in here. But the thing is, this really gets to the heart of the president. He hangs around with sleaze. He is sleaze. Everything he does is for his betterment, for some money in his pocket. He doesn't care who he hurts or who he has to run over to get what he wants. And everyone who has ever worked with him is going to die, because there are going to be so many government agencies going after him. And the last thing I would say was, this again shows that if you play with Trump, you're going to get hurt. And the other big thing about this is Bezos, as the owner of the Washington Post has been relentless in going after Saudi Arabia for killing one of their journalists. I wouldn't say killing. They cut him to pieces within an hour of the time that he walked into the Saudi consulate in Istanbul to get some papers for his divorce so he could get remarried. They pegged it. They sent people there. They cut him to pieces. And the Washington Post has been relentless in going after this. So again, this is a big clusterfuck, so to speak. Everything bad. You can't make this stuff up. This shows what a sleazy guy this president is and everyone that's hanging around with him. And when he says drain the swamp, he's not draining the swamp. He's inviting the swamp to just expand and get bigger and bigger. We need to put a stop to all of this.